boisterous celebration at a hip pub. While driving back at 3 a.m. through thick fog, Vicky Rai mowed down 6 homeless vagrants who were sleeping on a pavement. He was stopped at a police checkpoint and found to be completely sozzled. A case of rash and negligent driving was lodged against him, but by the time the case came to trial, all family members of the deceased had been purchased. No witness could recall seeing a BMW that night. All they could remember was a truck with Gujarat license plates. Vicky Rai received a lecture from the judge on the dangers of drink driving and a full acquittal. 3 years later, he was in court again, charged with hunting and killing 2 black bucks in a wildlife sanctuary in Rajasthan. He professed he didn't know they were a protected species. He thought it funny that a country that could not protect brides from being burnt for dowry and young girls from being picked up for prostitution should prosecute people for killing deer. But the law is the law, so he was arrested and had to stay in jail for 2 weeks before he managed to obtain bail. We all know what happened next. The only eyewitness, Kishore, the forest ranger who was driving the open jeep, died 6 months later in mysterious circumstances. The case dragged on for a couple of years, but ended, predictably, in Vicky Rai's acquittal. Given these antecedents, it was surely only a matter of time before he graduated to open murder. It happened 7 years ago, on a hot summer night at Mango, the trendy restaurant on the Delhi-Jaipur highway, where he was throwing a big bash to celebrate his 25th birthday. The party began at 9 p.m. and carried on well past midnight. A live band was belting out the latest hits, imported liquor was flowing, and Vicky Rai's guests, an assortment of senior government officials, socialites, current and former girlfriends, a few people from the film industry, and a couple of sports celebrities were having a good time. Vicky had a drink too many. At around 2 a.m., he staggered to the bar and asked for another shot of tequila from the bartender, a pretty young woman dressed in a white T-shirt and denim jeans. She was Ruby Gill, a doctoral student at Delhi University who worked part-time at Mango to support her family. "I'm sorry, I can't give you another drink, sir. The bar is now closed," she told him. "I know, sweetie." He flashed his best smile. "But I want just one last drink, and then we can all go home." "I'm sorry, sir. The bar is closed. We have to follow regulations," she said, rather firmly this time. "Fuck your regulations," Vicky snarled at her. "Don't you know who I am?" "No, sir, and I don't care. The rules are the same for everyone. You will not get another drink." Vicky Rai flew into a rage. "You bloody bitch!" he screamed and whipped out a revolver from his suit pocket. "This will teach you a lesson." He fired at her twice, shooting her in the face and the neck, in the presence of at least 50 guests. Ruby Gill dropped dead, and Mango descended into bedlam. A friend of Vicky's reportedly grabbed his arm, led him out to his Mercedes, and drove him away from the restaurant. 15 days later, Vicky Rai was arrested in Lucknow, brought before a magistrate, and managed, yet again, to obtain bail. A murder, over the mere refusal of a drink, shook the conscience of the nation. The combination of Vicky Rai's notoriety and Ruby Gill's beauty ensured that the case stayed in the headlines for weeks to come. Then summer passed into autumn, and we moved on to news stories. When the case finally came to trial, the ballistics report said that the 2 bullets had been fired from 2 different guns. The murder weapon had, inexplicably, disappeared from the police strong room where it was being stored. 6 witnesses who claimed they had seen Vicky Rai pull the gun retracted their statements. After a trial lasting 5 years, Vicky Rai received a full acquittal just over a month ago, on the 15th of February. To celebrate the verdict, he threw a party at his Mehroli farmhouse, and that is where he met his end. Some will call this poetic justice, but the police call it an IPC Section 302 crime, culpable homicide amounting to murder, and